Although it's the JD Welsh Cup this coming Saturday, we'll talk about that in due course, naturally. As we do look over the league season so far, a quarter of the way through, a healthy lead at the top 4 points, game in hand, scored more goals than anyone else, conceded less. It's a good place to be in.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, it would certainly rather be there than a different position. You know, but I think it's key that we can always improve. I think it's a common theme with myself and the staff that we always want to improve. And you know, and ideally could have scored more. Ideally could have conceded less. Ideally could have won all 8 games instead of drawing 1 and win 7. Yes, we'd like to do that, but yeah. Look, you've got to be reasonably satisfied moving forward. A quarter of the way through the season and being in the position we're in, definitely.
As an individual, Craig, how do you get that balance between being happy and satisfied with where we are, but at the same time being unhappy and dissatisfied because you want more?
Yeah, I think from an individual point of view and from a personal point of view, it's something I really struggle with, you know, because I want the ideal scenario with everything. You know, most things I'm a perfectionist, and you know, and I really need to realise that perfection probably doesn't really exist. But it's trying to be better at everything, you know, every time, and strive to be the best you can. And probably should maybe enjoy it a little bit more. But you know, it's not my nature to just be all right. Okay, everything's great when you know there's always things we can improve on. So it is a struggle. It's probably a struggle. It's a balance. You know, it's where probably in the past and present and future, that's where probably my staff come in the balance that side of it out, whether they balance me out or they balance the way my mood is, or the way the feeling is about wanting more. But yeah, I think it's not the worst trait in the world to have. But yeah, sometimes it can, you know, offset things a little bit.
And it is the Welsh Cup, of course, this coming Saturday on the road at Chirk. The New Saints, current holders of the competition. You've enjoyed lots of success in your previous time here at Park Hall. The last time that TNS was beaten was March 2018. So we're going into our 5th year, into our 5th year now, as we approach the 5th year, of not being beaten in that competition. That's another healthy statistic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic statistic. You know, it's a fantastic run of games. You know, the Welsh Cup's it's a very historic cup, and we're very proud to be involved with it. And it's something that we've got high up on our list of priorities, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, I've had a lot of good memories. I think it's 3 or 4 times. I think so. You know, had a final with Connah's Quay as well along the way, so been reasonably successful in the Welsh Cup as well. So it's something that, yeah, I think it's from a club point of view, from a player's point of view, I know players enjoy it as well, and also from a personal point of view, it's something that we'll not be going into lightly. You know, we've had an opportunity to see Chirk on 2 occasions, so we've got a good feeling of how they're going to play, what they're going to play, their players, etc., their strengths and weaknesses. So we've done our due diligence as we would a Welsh Premier League game. So we've got the utmost respect for them, but then it's up to us now on Saturday to turn up and us play.
Chirk, newly promoted, of course, to the JD Comrie North. The New Saints will be the bookies' favourites. How do you then go into that game as strong favourites, perhaps wanting to use some of the youngsters or blood some of the squad players, but at the same time, most definitely wanting to win that game?
Yeah, it's a mindset and probably a philosophy I've had from day one, really, of being involved with football. I think the next game's the most important one, because it's the next one. You know, the ones that have gone, the next one, league game, is, you know, that's irrelevant at this moment in time. The most important game is our next game, which is Chirk on Saturday. So I'll be approaching, and the staff and the team will be approaching that in that same manner. There won't be any complacency whatsoever. So it is the most important game of the season, because it's the next one.
And it will be, without exaggerating it, a David versus Goliath affair in many ways. And Chirk have absolutely nothing to lose. They can take to that game without any pressure whatsoever. Yeah,
they can, you know, without a shadow of doubt. They've got nothing to lose and everything to gain, and it's the exact opposite for ourselves. We've got nothing to gain with everything to lose. So if it's a close game, then it'll be, well, TNS should do better. If it's a game where we'll beat them comfortably, then it'll be TNS should do that. And you know, on paper, and clearly that's probably the way things should be, but we all know football's not played on paper, and that's why I think everyone loves football so much. There's that many opportunities for teams with smaller budgets, smaller resources to get a one-off result. So that's where we've got to make sure that we've trained well this week. The lads have really worked hard, and we'll be doing our final preparations on Friday, and there certainly won't be any complacency from our camp.
Have you got the starting 11 in mind, and if not, are there perhaps one or two places that you're not sure about?
Yeah, I have, near enough. There's a couple of question marks regarding fitness-wise, or availability-wise, should I say. So apart from that, but as in everyone who's available, yeah, I know what team I'm going to go with.
And I guess the next question, you'll probably not answer that one direct, but we have seen a number of youngsters like Jade Canavan, Billy Kirkman recently come in, make appearances for the side, also squad players as well. Are they likely to be involved from the off?
Yeah, as I said, I'll pick the strongest team, I think, for the day, and how to get through to the next round of the cup, because it's very important. But that's not to say I won't play any of them players. But like I said, it certainly won't be wholesale changes, but it'll be the team I feel is the strongest on the day, to whatever formation, whatever personnel will play. It'll be the strongest team I think on the day can go out and win the game and get us through to the next round of the cup, because that's the most important bit.
And you mentioned a few niggles from time to time as far as injuries are concerned. Thankfully, none of them have been more serious than you've thought. What is the situation at the moment? Yeah,
we are where we were. Nothing's really changed. We've got a couple of long-term ones, or mid to long-term ones. Obviously, Josh Pask, probably moving into the mid-term now. He's really progressing well. Blaine Hudson, he's probably round about the same as what Josh is as well. So really, the two of them are, the ones, the main ones, and they've got little niggles and little knocks, but nothing that'll keep anybody out for any substantial amount of time. And we've had 99% of our players train today, and I'm sure they'll all be available to train on Friday.